Hey guys, welcome back. That's John. I'm William. Our best friend Alfred's actually holding the phone right now, so he's chipping in a little
Thank
bit.
you, Alfred.
And I'm gonna try not to fall off this fence. Uh, Today we are bringing you Blue Ridge Parkway Porch Series stop number 2. We are at a place called Devil's Backbone Brewing Company in Lexington, Virginia, with the gorgeous Blue Ridge Mountains in the background. In fact, we just came off the Blue Ridge Parkway, which are up on those mountains. We're gonna spend some time in Lexington, down at VMI in Washington and Lee. But we have come to the Devil's Backbone Brewing Company, which opened in 2008 as a brewery, so it's been around a while.
Yeah.
This location, which actually serves really good food that we just had too, opened in 2012. So we thought we would show you a little bit about what the scenery looks like in this part of Virginia, and then John's going to grab the phone.
We're going to move to
We're going
our
to make our way over
station.
here, and we're going to move over here and share about 4 beers with you real quick.
Yep, and true to our form, we don't usually use edits or cuts or anything like that because we don't know how to do that stuff.
And so if the video got a little wobbly, just ignore that part, enjoy the scenery, and now we're in the Adirondack
more
chairs.
familiar, yeah. All
I'm
right.
going to sit back like this because I don't, if that's all right with you.
Yeah, sit however you want to sit, and I'll talk a little bit about what we've selected here. We've selected another flight to get a feel for the brewery. And first up, we have, very simply, their German Pilsner. Now, according to some of the signs we saw in there, they've won quite a few awards for their Pilsners and lagers. This is the just the German Pilsner. It comes in at 4.7%. So,
And this is, if you can see the color, this is actually defined as a straw color, which I think is pretty interesting given, the area in Virginia that we're in. It is very light, extremely refreshing.
just a little bit of bitterness. There's a grassiness to it, I think. So I think the
It's
straw color the straw comes in is with a grassiness too.
It's a classic Pilsner taste, kind of right down the middle. I do get ever so slightly a hint of almost like a wild honey kind of just ever so slightly taste.
And we're going to do like what we've done before. We're going to go through the whole thing and then just kind of give a general rating of the brewery, correct?
Right, absolutely.
All right.
So that's beer number 1, German
Beer
Pilsner.
number 1, I like that a lot. Beer number 2 is actually going to be a cold IPA. One of the styles I'm still warming up to. It's called Rhythm and Brews. And it's also another low alcohol. We're still driving today, so we kept it on the low side. This is a 4.2% Rhythm and Brews cold IPA.
That's interesting. It's very, very tropical, very fruity, almost like mango.
Yeah, I get that. So almost like a
maybe a little bit of pineapple, ever so slightly.
There's
But it's definitely the more tropical kind of fruits, not the standard fruits, I would say.
there's a hint of a bubblegum taste to me in this.
Interesting,
And
nice.
that's
Very good.
yeah, it's like putting a piece of like Hubba Bubba in your mouth. That.
And
little
by
bit
the
of
way, if you're watching this video and you know what the brewing process is like for a cold IPA, put it in the comments.
yeah, we're
'Cause I'm
still
not
trying
overly
to catch
familiar
up on
with
that. I think it has something to do with brewing an IPA like a lager, but I could be totally wrong with that. We drink beer, we don't brew it, so we don't know all that stuff.
All right, number 3 in the flight.
Striped Bass. This is the one the bartender said you got to get the Striped Bass. It's a pale ale, by the way, and it comes in at about 4.7%, if I'm not mistaken.
Just like
5.2, sorry.
athletic teams hang banners for championships, they have a banner hanging in the brewery where they won some kind of big state of Virginia Craft Beer Association award for this. And again, light, a little citrusy.
It's everything I want out of a pale ale, honestly. It's an easy drinking pale ale, but still very flavorful.
Right, I agree, 100%.
Very mellow. I mean, I could sip this on a hot day and really enjoy myself.
It's also too got just a little bit of a bite on the back end, just a little bit.
As a pale ale should, I think.
Right.
William and I were wondering as we were looking over the menu if this was some sort of a take on the famous Bass Pale Ale.
England.
We don't know, but this is the Striped Bass Pale Ale, and I like it quite a bit.
All right, last but not least, what we got, John? Number 4.
This is the Vienna Lager.
Great color. I love,
Yep.
if you can see the kind of the brown color.
They say this is their flagship amber lager. And here we go.
Yeah, that's really light, really smooth. You do get, and I think the color suggests this too. There's a hint of, it's like having a beer at a campfire.
Yeah.
It's roasty, smoky a little bit,
Nuttiness to
outdoorsy kind of, I guess.
Roasty nuttiness is what I'm getting. I'm seeing what the notes say here. It says caramel and toast flavors, which I can definitely see.
Right. Okay, guys.
Yeah.
Once again, this is Blue Ridge Parkway Porch Series beer number 2. And this is the Devil's Backbone Brewing Company in Lexington, Virginia. By the way, guys, Lexington, Virginia is right off of Interstate 81. We're going there next to Lexington proper. It is a gorgeous little town with a beautiful main street. It's also home of 2 really cool college campuses, the Virginia Military Institute and Washington and Lee University. So you can come and drive 5 minutes down the road and go see the town in those 2 schools. But anyway, that's where we are.
Make sure you fill your beer needs at the Devil's Backbone.
Yeah, super nice people.
There's actually one other brewery in town, right? Heliotrope, but it's not open yet.
Right.
So,
all right, John, what do you think?
I'm thinking I'm a fan of the Devil's Backbone. I'm a fan of the Blue Ridge Mountains. I'm a fan of just about everything right now. I'm going to give this a solid 9.
Yeah.
I loved it.
I'm gonna go a little bit. I'm gonna give it an 8.5. I mean, I like it a lot too. I think also too. Basically, when we get in a brewery, I trust John to pick the flights for us. He's got that market cornered as far as doing that. So that's an 8.75 overall. Also, shout out to our best friend Alfred.
Yeah, Alfred, do you want to say anything about the brewery in general?
He's graciously hanging out over here watching us do this.
He's not a beer drinker, which is
putting
fine.
up with us.
Any of you who thought we wouldn't hang out with somebody who doesn't drink beer, we just proved you
along.
wrong.
Yep.
We hang out with Alfred, and he's not a beer drinker.
All right, guys, so that is number 2. And we'll try to bring you another one this evening. But again, Devil's Backbone,